So if you got drama over here, that's a weight. You got drama over here, that's another 20, 30 pounds. You got drama over here. So imagine walking around with a whole bunch of 20, 30, 40 pounds on your back. Not saying you can't get used to carrying that weight, but imagine if you can free yourself from just 20 pounds of that. It seems like either someone decided to walk away from something because they were marrying for money, or someone decided to stay somewhere for money or something, because it's popping up a lot. The money thing is popping up a lot. Always partying, so maybe someone's spending your own money to go out and enjoy while you're working hard. But spiritual hater hates on your spirituality, light, magic, power. And so there may be some type of transition that you're doing or going through. This is sticky. Okay, I'm taking this one or two ways. I'm sorry for moving the camera, but I had to switch up my position. Because sometimes when you switch up your angle, because I'm getting a lot. I'm getting that I'm getting a lot. And someone got hurt. And so there might have been like a walking away to be in isolation mode. But someone did something because they were hating on your spiritual. But then also it feels like there is a regret here. This is sticky. I'm needing to take a moment, because it could be that you walked away from something to focus over here. But while you're generating this, something's going on here that's a little funky. And then it's having you, like, the decision to walk away from this is left you at a breaking point. It left you in an emotional, but then you have to turn around and go back to work. So it's just like you don't even have time to process what you just discovered or what you just saw. You have to still turn around and go back to work. Meanwhile, you made a decision that caused you pain in a this is two different situations mashed into one. Three really, that you're dealing with all at the same time, all in the same breath. You're having to work your ass off, but I'm not seeing 10 of Pentacles like you're happy about it, because for some reason this caused exhaustion and sadness, and it caused a delay in something. So you jump over here, it's saying a decision was not made over here, which caused something to walk away from over here. You turn in this direction. Someone else, it feels like there's a collide here. Someone else is hating what they're saying. Someone else does not like what they're saying. And it might be that they're spending your money to forget that they have a hurt ego, or because of something that was chosen, it wasn't what you thought it was, and so that hurt your ego. But then you have to turn right around and go back to work, and so you have zero time to process what the fuck just happened. And it feels like a loop. It feels like a complete loop. I had to take a moment. I had to take a pause for yours, because like it feels like it's very complex because there's multiple factors going on within the same breath. That's what it feels like to me. It's very complex. It's very okay. So all the while there's one person hating that you're going through these. They hate everything you do. I'm going to be honest. The person you may be with, either you saw that or it took you a moment to see that, or you're realizing that now, like, you can't, I don't know, people can't be in a relationship where the other person's envious of them. That's weird energy. I'm gonna keep it above 0.5. That's weird energy. You cannot be in you can, but it's not sustainable, because that is not your competition. When you're in a relationship with someone, that's not the person you should be competing against. That should be the person y'all should be on the same team. it shouldn't, and it ain't gonna work if it don't work. I don't know. Listen, someone's going through an enlightenment period though, because that's a good sign that those were in reverse. So these are saying someone really is. It's a clash. It is a clash. Okay. So, sorry. So for this top row, it's basically saying there's blind depletion, but that's in reverse. So someone is acknowledging that they're tired of a certain situation looping and looping and looping and looping. The next card is you think you know, but you don't, meaning they know what they see and they're finally accepting it. Short-term thinking, long-term effect. So this is someone that no longer wants to think short-term, and it's not their style to think that way. But short-term decisions, short-term satisfactions, it is. It's their style to think that way, and they don't realize it. Like, okay, man, this is not going to rock with everybody. This is not going to rock with everybody. But this is a person that they've always saw themselves as not making a decision for short-term gratification, but deep down they were making a decision for short-term satisfaction, and in turn that had a long-term effect. Okay, you see I'm struggling with those words, but it's a sense of like they didn't even realize that within themselves, and now that they do, they're changing up their habit of thinking. They're changing up the way that they make decisions so they can have a long-term positive effect instead of a short-term positive effect. Does that make sense? So like they don't want to make a decision based off of it's not to say what is needed right now, but to say okay, but here's an example. If you go out and be with somebody and you don't strap it up, you take a chance. You wanted that in UT. You wanted that right now. But and then you turn around and then you have to go to a doctor. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is someone that is changing the way that they're thinking. And because they're reprogramming that thought process, not realizing, because then they believed for a while that they didn't operate this way, but they really were. They really still had it in them to make certain decisions that would have negative long-term effects. But in this situation, they're trying to reprogram that. And they're not looking and projecting, because it says you're projecting. They're not trying to project out the problem. They're understanding that some of that problem was internal. Woo, Lord, I got through it. Ancestors, amen. That was me trying my best to channel the exact words I was hearing. As when I stumble like that and I get all tongue-tied, it's because my brain is moving faster than what my tongue can keep up with. So I had to slow myself down right there because there's an energy channeling and I'm trying to get on the same wavelength as you. But it took me a minute. We got through it. Okay. So negative reinforcement, patterns to avoid, denying death, leave it behind. So they definitely do. They definitely did have a problem leaving something behind. And listen, avoidance, you're the problem. They understand. They understand that. Okay. All right. I'm gonna just jump to final cards. Actually, let me pull from this one. It feels like 3 problems, though, like something with finances, something with relationship, and then something with something that didn't like, because that 8 of cups. So something that was stagnant. It feels like 3 or 4 different problems all trying to shout out and get attention. So this is a very like, yeah, this is someone that has a lot going on all at the same time. I don't understand what you see in me. I don't feel attractive. I have lost all control of my life. I keep messing up. I need to free myself from fear and doubts. I am a caged bird. I knew I was losing you, but I didn't do anything to fight for you. All right. So this could be from a relationship standpoint. This feels like if you're the person in this reading and you're coming from the standpoint of make sure you check your partner isn't still married. That's what I'm feeling for you. Make sure you check that. Because if it feels like it's a lot. It feels like it could be coming from, you got to flip it how it resonates. It could be coming from the person who's madly busy. They walked away from something, and it could have been somebody, actually. They walked away from somebody, and then they see something funky going on over here. But I don't think they were all the way right, because something walked away or something got stagnant, something got left in the ground. So I don't think they were doing right. I don't know whose standpoint this is from. But if this is coming from where you're like, just make sure you check that everything's on the up and up. But this may not be something that's coming towards you too. I don't understand what you see in me. I don't feel attractive. I've lost all control of my life. And it's because this is messy. This person, the reason why it feels like 3 or 4 different situations screaming out trying to get attention is because they don't have things organized properly. It's not like, I even want to say their life isn't truly organized properly. There's drama everywhere. That ain't healthy. I ain't gonna lie to you. There may be drama at work with their coworkers. There may be drama at home. They come home to some drama. They look over here, there's some drama. They look over here. Because they're overstimulated over here, they can't properly make decisions for themselves that is healthy because it's too unbalanced. I need to free myself from fear and doubts. I am a caged bird. And then on top of that, there could be some self-esteem issues. There could be some just some insecurities there that would also cause a weight. So if you got drama over here, that's a weight. You got drama over here, that's another 20, 30 pounds. You got drama over here. So imagine walking around with a whole bunch of 20, 30, 40 pounds on your back. Not saying you can't get used to carrying that weight, but imagine if you can free yourself from just 20 pounds of that. Imagine if you can, and it seems like the energy keeps jumping back and forth because it seems like the decision that was made was not the right decision. So if this is a work situation, then somebody made a decision to overpass you for a promotion or something. If this is, or there's some type of, there's something there. There's some type of drama at work. And then you come home and there is some type of argument going on in a marriage. and then you turned around and you didn't go. It feels very then you have to turn around and go back to work, and then you're not speaking to yourself the correct way either. You're actually not speaking to yourself the correct way. You're not telling yourself, you're not waking up in the morning and being like, yo, I'm that. You're not speaking to yourself correctly either. So there's some self-esteem issues, there's some insecurities there. And so because you're not even speaking to yourself correctly, you're drawing in a whole bunch of this. You don't realize you're causing a lot of it just by walking in that energy that you're choosing to walk in. Okay. We're going to pull some. Did I say that already? We're going to pull some final cards. This one's kind of long. So that is going to be the final. I'll pull from this to wrap it up. All right. So you also got vulnerability. Showing vulnerability is a sign of strength. So you're not someone, or you're dealing with someone that is not used to being vulnerable. And you may be using work to cover up how you truly feel. And it's like you're trying to cover it up from yourself. Creation, the flames of destruction will ignite a rebirth.